Hey guys, another strike news because that's the only thing going right now. All the other stuffs are shut down. There's no writers, there's no actors, there's no movie and TV shows development that we're going to talk about except the strike. So, we have talked a lot about the strike today, but there's one more thing about I wanted to expand on, and that's the issue of residuals. Now, yesterday when Bob Iger made a comment of how the writers were, uh, making unrealistic demands, and I was like, yeah, there he had a point because you know when there are no transactions made, especially like in a streaming service, you can't actually calculate how much residual you will give away to the writers now. But when there's a video on demand service, transaction happens and you can calculate how much amount you will, the percentage of the amount that you will give away for residual. Same happens sorry, when you know, there's a Blu-ray or DVD sale happens and there's transaction there, like how much you can calculate a percentage of residual you can pay. Now, in case of streaming service shows, there's no formula yet because no transactions happen. I subscribe I subscribe to the streaming service, let's say Disney Plus, and I get to watch all the shows. I get to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi, Boba Fett, Mandalorians, and or all the MCU shows. Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and all of them. So no direct transaction happen for all these TV series, and that's the that's the problem here. The producers don't get to they don't have a matrix that they can calculate, and they can say, okay, this percent of the money will go as residuals to the writers. But then again, a check of $396, you don't need any matrix to say that, like, that's very low. Even saying very low is an understatement for that episode, especially for that episode of She-Hulk, which was the most anticipated show because Daredevil was going to make his not first, but second MCU appearance, but the first MCU appearance on his costume. And yeah, that also get the point of the writers, like they're like Bob Iger saying unrealistic expectation, where the check itself, the amount of number on the check written itself, $396, that itself is unrealistic payment of residuals. And I remember I saw this on the John Campea show once, where John Campea was talking about, like, a person got a writer of a very famous show got a residual of $4. Now, I get the part of Bob Iger's when he says the demands were unrealistic, but when the payment even then is so unrealistically low, I get why the strike is happening. And both of these parties have to come in between, like meet in between and make something happen, because at the end of the day everyone's suffering. The studio's suffering, their contents are not getting out. The writers are suffering because of course they're not making any money, and we as a fan, we are also suffering because the TV shows and movies that we are supposed to get, that in a scheduled time, they will all be delayed right now. They are all gonna get every MCU show. They have TV shows and movies. They have already been delayed. They will be delayed even further. All the forget all the MCU stuff. All the movies that are in development right now: Mission Impossible 8, Venom 3, Gladiator, Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel. That's also stopped. Mortal Kombat 2. everything, every movies and TV shows there are, most of them like will be are already stopped, so they will be delayed indefinitely, and this actually is a problem for all of us. So yeah, what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments.